response, Ken, but it's just a set of thoughts, really, that seem to be evoked as Alan is talking, be engaged in that quality of neighbourhood that I think that Alan is powerfully sharing. My first is, I'm a person with a mission. You may judge me as a person with an agenda. I feel that there is a challenge, certainly in relation to conflict and the notion of addiction for me. And it's around remaining true to the fidelity of the purpose for outrage, for my life in society, struggle, contestation, and resistance. The black feminist writer Patricia Hill Collins talks about fighting words. I use fighting language. I have fighting metaphor. Some of my words are martial. Some of my metaphor will definitely have that ring of opposition. And indeed, may even fall into that trap of oppositional, binary oppositional logic of opposites, of excluding opposites that Alan has been talking about. But it seems that there is a worthy and worthwhile challenge that, in the midst of my own Holocaust, and I'm thinking here of Franklin's notion of meaning, and how meaning can be drawn out of the life of those who found themselves in concentration camps. In the meaning of in that midst of my own journey, I want to hold to my life and embodied values as a site of contestation, which is also a site of optimism, hope, possibility, and loving relationship. I imagine that if we take the sum total of our loving relationships in this room, and if we could imagine things, it would approximate to Alan's idea of neighbourhood. And I think we, each of us, have a right, individually and within our own sense of ethnicity or community, to feel secure in the legitimacy of our loving relationships. That we don't need to have to protect them and safeguard them and defend them, or against anybody else who wishes maybe to disparage or encroach them. Set against that is a process of movement and change. And set against that, for me, is the struggle not to fall into a trap of being addicted to conflict. I think that's really what I wanted to say. I'm in a kind of response, but it's not a response, it's an